have much time, but I have all the time in the world because what is time in this world when this world doesn't know what time it is? For one, it's always a great day and a prosperous day, and I really appreciate anybody that decides to watch this mindful message. And today we are just in higher dimensions. We are in appreciation. We are in gratitude. We are in thankfulness. We are in prosperity. And I just can't thank Source enough for being there for me since my spiritual awakening. And I thank you all for watching my videos. I don't want to waste your time. Let's get into it. Prosperous Awakening 2, Divine Afternoon, and Successful Nights in the Mirage watching this mindful message. It's your divine reflection, divine observation, and we are back with another message of higher reflections that don't talk. So who's talking to you? I have a video idea. Shout out to you, VVS Joey. How many people are actually on this earth / where we reside physically? I've seen a lot of misinformation either from China. I say that because the information I've seen was about China or propaganda about population count. And if you were to do your own research, again, curious what you think. Honestly, the occult's goal is depopulation control. That's exactly why they're pushing the pedophilia propaganda or narrative onto society. That's why in LGBTQ, which was not a problem, so they added the extra letters, so they added the extra religion to the hidden religion that's known as LGBTQ. And we're not here to single out any groups or different cults, if you will. We're not here to do all that. We're not here to bash anybody for their practices, but we are here to spread awareness, because all we can do is move in love. Now, if you want to portray hatred, then I will cast that reflection right back to you. Don't waste your time. And the thing is, these people, these beings, they study the occult, study large bodies of sciences that are hidden from the masses for a reason. Because these hidden societies do this, knocking off conscious beings from populations is why they're able to control the narrative of reality. If they can deplete the life of a human and install fear into other humans to where they inherit that and pass it on to their families, their friends, their children, then the plan works without even touching them. That's the spell casting of Satanism. And this is why too, Luciferians think to themselves, okay, spiritually we can possess them to where now they will be a clone variation of what they still will not be able to be aware in. So they were once human, they were once wise, but human beings are the reason why they come back to their own demise. The more you keep coming back to a lesson that you have not mastered, you are going to become more and more and more artificial. That is exactly why it is rare to hear conscious beings like before. And there's not many of them. There are many people who are way older than me, 30, 40, 50 years, who taught to me about the elders that I should listen to, the elders that helped inspire them in their youth. But when I go and do my research on these said inspirations, I'm thinking to myself, what's inspiring about a Freemason's lies? And then I get looked at like I'm the problem. No, you suggested stupidity for me to look up to, but I don't want to look up to the things that don't inspire me, like Luciferianism. So when you tell that to an elder, they look at you like you're not really a real person for saying shit like that. You're lost, you're just young. To be young is to be wise. To be old is to be a fool of what you thought you could have been dead in. That's why thinking that you can age is a dead end. That's why many people celebrate birthdays. Yay, it's like fuck a birthday. My birthday just passed and I felt so good not going on Instagram saying, hey, today's my birthday. That felt amazing because why? Who gives a fuck? Why would I sit there as a wise, because the thing is, to be human is to be wise, right or wrong. Does a human being not mean a wise man and woman? So if that's the case, why would my wisdom tell me post about your birthday so that people can give you the attention that you're looking for? That doesn't make any sense to me. That's why the people who constantly do it, ask yourself, why are they doing that shit? Because what is going to feed their dopamine? Synthetic validation. These are not real people. Real people don't even come back to this dimension. That's exactly why when you are in this dimension right now, as you're being currently, when you become aware of your being, you become more wise. You are now human. You are now a color of light, or a spectrum of what consciousness would code light into being. Now that you're in this being, you're in this lens, how do you see yourself? Because many people are free guys out here. Many people are artificial intelligence out here for sure. But they mirror your complexion. They mirror your cellular makeup as far as a vessel. They mirror that on the external. Does that make them real? Because how do you define reality to reality when reality never said it was real? That's why when they enforce or install these hidden religions that invert men and women, children as well, what is that for? Why do you think the inversion started before 2026? Why was that? Because before then, in biblical time periods, before consciousness, they already had these councils, these royal families, these committees of 300 deceptive entities that decided to practice incest and keep that shit in the family. Yeah, what were they conversing about? Our enslavement. And not just that, these same beings that are from the future, stuck in the past, currently, mirror what we still practice daily today. That's why many of us are bound to the simulation, because for one, being in the mind is selling your morals. I'm gonna say that again. You can't even sell your morals because you already sold them by being human. We all look human, but who's really being human? Who's being a being of light? Who has light in their minds where they can look out on the outside and say, damn, this is all a dream. Why would I get my feelings involved into a simulation that does not care about what the simulation wants to feel for today? The simulation doesn't even know if it wants to wake up and go back to bed. That's why it mirrors both. When you look around you, do the people that you listen to, do the people that you talk to, do the people that you know, are they vibrating with you? Because if so, if they're vibrating with you, they're being wise. If they can't vibrate with you, are they unwise, or are they just not there yet? Or are they even being authentic within themselves? Because authenticity doesn't chase anything. Authenticity doesn't need to group up to harm the experience of others. That's why these people who want to be gay, lesbian, queer, all of that shit, non-binary, these classifications are just masks that predators want to wear. That's why I don't have a problem with people who are in those things, but the thing is though, I'm gonna call you out when you're doing sick shit. That's just how this shit has to go. I'm not gonna sit up here just because you're in this hidden religion. And if I see you praying or harming on kids, I'm not gonna sit there and say, oh well shit, I might get canceled because this person who wants to be an LGBT, wow. This person that wants to be in that clan wants to touch on kids, and I'm just not gonna say nothing. No. Hey, you are also a part of this hidden religion, so I'm gonna call you out for that satanic shit, but you're preying on kids. No, it's just like you are pushing the agenda as well, so you need to be exiled from the wise, because wise beings, for one, wise beings accept that you don't need to bring creation into deconstructions or a constructing of more deconstructions. You don't need to bring life into chaos. That's the stupidest shit ever. Why would I want to bring life into chaos when I know it's chaotic? When I'm leaving the simulation with my offspring still here growing up, they're gonna look at more destruction, more chaos, and more lack of order. No justice for the people who are working for the system, but the system gets all the praise for hiding and secrecy. Okay. That's why, even to answer your question, there aren't any people. We are just all viewing what it looks like to have a headset on. There, you can't calculate 8 billions of trillions of people, no, because that number statistically is not, it's not verifiable. It's not even convincing. They can say a number of how many people are in this dimension. That's inaccurate. The moment they put that number down, so let's say today they said the population of this dimension is 10 billion or whatever. Inaccurate. Why? Because life was born the moment you put that probability or statistic down. So it doesn't make sense. Not just that, you can't number the infinite because there is no number. So that's the other thing as well. That's why human beings don't exist. We are all mirrors of awareness, and awareness itself does not mirror the human experience. So what are you experiencing right now as a human if you're not being human? And if you are being human, what are you not aware of? What are you not realizing? What are you not remembering about yourself? That's why every single day, when you remind yourself, hey, I am that I am. Hey, you are just awareness. Hey, life is just a game. Hey, life is just a dream. Hey, don't take this stuff seriously. Love yourself, have fun, enjoy the game. When you say that every single day, your mind can't be tricked. You don't sit up here and think as if, oh, this population is controlled by this and that. No. People are in their own side quest. People are in their own main mission. Therefore, let them do what they will do because they are all non-playable characters, including you and I. That's exactly why we cannot categorize ourselves with beings who are not being in wisdom, because to be wise is to be foolish, and to be foolish is foolishness comparing itself into being wise. There's no difference because they're both foolishness. That's why when you become balanced and what you cannot get away from, you now free yourself from a game that never knew it was being played with. I'm gone.